All right, YouTube, welcome back. So April and I were watching some heavy stuff going down in YouTube land in different parts, Chicago, uh, some other big inner cities. Like the people were going to the hearings with the mayor and the city council officials, and they straight up were losing their minds. Like how that certain asylum cities that weren't on board with Trump policy were saying, we're going to fight you, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're keeping our illegals, we're keeping our asylum seekers, and they're our people now. And then their residents were like, okay, well, now they're taking our jobs, they're taking our benefits, they're on the system, we're getting kicked off the system, and there's people who need the system who shouldn't be on the system, and then there's people who have been abusing the system for so long, and they're saying, hey, how they're losing their benefits from the state. I don't think it's from the government, but from the state, and food stamps, housing, um, welfare, on and on. And of course, there's the abusers who abuse the system, who are still receiving food stamps, who have no dependents and are able to work. This has been going on for as long as I've been alive, and it's only richened for those abusers. What do I mean by that? It used to be just to get you through a hard time, then it turned into a complete lifeline. And the woman who was talking she reminded me of my mom, but she was African American, and she was so cute. She was so legit. And I would watch her channel over and over and over again. She was like the little old lady, has seen it all, heard it all, been around it all. She came from a tough neighborhood. She's obviously doing good for herself. She made her way through life without, having to either be on the system or was on the system. Do you remember that? Oh, yeah. Good morning.
Morning.
So she was playing some video clips of people losing their minds over this. And she's like, well, you're able to work. Go to work. You don't have no dependents. Go to work. That's all they're saying. If you don't have any dependents and you're on the system, you are now going to be off the system and required to go get a job, which is legit. But, the governments in the cities made room in their neighborhoods for the asylum seekers, and then there has to be a balance of something, right? So there was a guy who was standing in the courtroom, and he was saying how that his people, and he was talking about African Americans, and he was like, just everybody's my people, but these are my people. We were here first, and you don't take care of us, and then you bring another, he said people, he didn't really say, I'm going to say asylum seekers. You brought asylum seekers and put them in front of us. He goes, we were here first, and you put them in front of us. And he was probably 70-year-old man, and he was just going at it. And it resonated with me. It made a lot of sense. I feel the same way. Like, there are people here who have never been here, who have never contributed to the system, and they're ahead of you and me. And they're ahead of people who actually need support and help to find their way in life or move on. And it was really, really like, this is what's going on in the world, and it's good to listen to how people feel about certain things. Like, yeah, the welfare system and the supports that have been there were there to help people through hard times, and then turned into a career, and the generations of how that works. And the system just has gray areas, right? And they let it go on. I mean, you can't tell me that the system doesn't know this, right? They know. So they let a certain amount of things slide for a long period of time. But then when you have an influx of people that have to get on the system because that's what you want, then you have to start taking away from the people that were here first. And this is what this elderly man was saying, and he was pissed, and I get it. Like, he's probably on Social Security, he's probably getting some benefits, he can't work anymore, And then, the city of Chicago was putting him last when he should be first. And the people should be first. Giving them housing, giving them sanctuary, giving them places to stay, giving them clothing, giving them phones, giving them everything that the average American may not even have anymore, let alone fill the refrigerators and pay their bills without any support from the state or government. So the American people are right. We were here first from all walks of life, and all, Italians and Chinese and just all of us. We all came here, at some point in time and said, hey, we're here. And he said, we did it with nothing. And, now we have no benefits, but you're giving to them before you give to us. And that's a real slap in the face. But it was really like an eye opener to see what's going on in our country. That they don't take care. And I said this before, that you'll take care of complete strangers and give them I'm going to give them the lifestyle of rich and famous, in essence, $100,000 walk through the door lifestyle of the rich and famous. And none of the people that, for asylum seekers that were trying to do it the right way, look stressed out. They all look like they were healthy. None of them looked like they were sickly. None of them were underdressed. They were all overdressed. Like, yeah, dude, that tells me, like, you're taken care of. Like, when I was coming through life, I trash picked furniture for my first apartment, and my dishes and a lot of different things. I did what I had to do. I didn't have any money. I didn't have any assistance. And I made it work from nothing. These illegals and asylum seekers aren't getting that program. They're getting the red carpet, limousine lifestyles that are rich and famous treatment here in the United States. And the people have every right to be pissed. People who had benefits or some benefits now have no benefits, right? And now they're paying for their health care or their dentist or whatever they need to be, when they still need some type of assistance. They just said, you're done. But then, strangers are coming into your country, and they were put first. People say, oh, this has been going on for a long time, Anthony. I don't think it's been as public as it has been now. You can't say that the border crisis has been any higher than it has been from 22 to 23, and then to 24, and to now they're putting the brakes on a little bit. So you can't really say that the level of what has been going on has always been this way. And the financial impact that it has on the country, the cities, and the taxpayer citizens is epic. It's epic. You call it a pandemic if you want to, but it's out of control. And every American citizen, every American tax-paying citizen could use $100,000 to improve their life, to stimulate the economy, to fix their house, to pay off their bills, and to do many things. But for someone to come into our country and be put in front of you, the person who's been paying their taxes, is just wrong. And it's good to see that people out there share the same feelings, right? Because these are feelings of how I feel about this situation. And I agree. If you're doing it the right way, we understand that's the program that's in place. But if you're not doing it the right way, and you're here and you're still receiving benefits, that's not right. There's a lot of things not right in our world, but as far as the system, people who are losing their benefits, there's multiple reasons why. They just can't afford to have the asylum seekers and everyone who's coming into the country instantly on the system. The scales are way offset, and they're saying, well, if you can work, go to work. Well, the asylum seekers can work. You got to get them in the system faster and get them working papers and get them going, and then they can go to work. And then they're saying, well, I want a job and I need a job, and these guys are in front of me. Guys, girls, women, whatever. So crazy, but it's good to see, the generations, and it was younger generation to the older generation say, why is somebody else more important more important than me, the American citizen taxpayer. I've been here forever. I've paid my taxes, and now I'm at the back of the line. Thanks for watching.